Hey everyone, Chris from CK Cycles here. Well, I thought I would put out a midweek video. I need a little bit of help and I need to start doing some research right now. Um, I know I usually put videos out on Saturday afternoons, but I thought this would kind of be a quick little release, and I'm asking all of you out there for some help. So I've alluded to it a couple of times, but I'm having some carburation issues with this 77 XT500 that I have. And here's my problem. So you can see how rotted out that carburetor is. So when I got this bike, as with a lot of old dirt bikes, old motorcycles that have been sitting in barns or whatever, you know, there was a mouse nest in the air box. That's something I've encountered many times before. It was no surprise. But when I pulled the carb, this is the intake side of the carb that butts up to the snorkel that then goes to the air box. And look at that. It is just rotted out. So, like, is that just from normal rot out? Is that from mouse pee over many years? Is that from mice peeing and gnawing? And who knows? But anyways, essentially, there might be some parts that can be saved off of this carburetor, but for the most part, this carb body is junk. And so my question is, I want to put it out to all of you. What do I do? When I restore bikes, I really like to retain as much of the stock bike as I possibly can. And I know that there are replacement 36 millimeter, I think it's a VM36, I could be wrong, by Mikuni, replacement carburetors out there. But that would require me to switch on over to a pod filter on this bike. And I believe that there is also a pumper, a flat slide pumper carb that can be mounted onto this bike, and with a little bit different intake manifold up to the engine, you can retain the stock airbox and the stock snorkel. So my question is this: should I look for a good used stock carburetor, you know, that I'm going to pay a little bit of cash for, maybe 100 and 150 bucks for, that's probably going to need to be rebuilt and put on the bike and maintain it completely stock? Or should I buy a replacement, I think it's a VM36 round slide carburetor that may require me to get rid of the snorkel and maybe even the airbox and switch to a pod filter? I really don't want to do that. I want to maintain the stock airbox. I just like the stock look. But if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. Or C, you know, really spend the cash and put a flat slide pumper carb on this bike that is advertised to fit with this stock airbox. And if I go with a VM36 replacement carb or a flat slide pumper carb, can anyone point me in any direction of what slides, you know, I need to put in either one of those carbs, jetting for those carbs, things like that? So that's the question that I'm going to put out to all of you, because I need some help with this. I've been doing a little bit of research, and I realize it's going to cost me some significant cash, no matter what option I go with. But whether I do a stock carb, a round slide replacement carb with a pod filter, or shell out some real money and get the flat slide pumper carb that I'm hoping would fit with the stock airbox. I don't know. I'd like to hear from some of you who have used the flat slide pumper carb. Does it really fit with the stock airbox? You know, that's my dilemma. So I'm going to release this and I'm going to put it out there midweek, and I'm hoping for some comments, because this is something that I need some help with. All right, Chris from CK Cycles, I appreciate it. Bye-bye.